So, I'm going to be talking about my guilty pleasure gemstone that I can't get enough of, and I'm kind of obsessed about it, but anyway, it is pink Kunzite. It's a honker piece of it. It's another piece. You can hopefully, obviously, can tell it is a pink stone. And now my big bad boy. Yeah, quite the honker. So, Kunzite. Well, it's a spodumene. It has a hardness of, I believe, a 6 to 7. So technically you could put this in water, but if you're going to be making a gem elixir with this stone, probably would be best if you do it the indirect method. And to do it the indirect method, it's very simple. You get your water that you want to have be infused with the stone, and put it around the container with the water in it. That way you don't got to risk your kunzite being damaged, and because since it is a stone that has potential to, when you consume it, it can cause damage to you, don't drink it, but it's best to actually use it to, like, cleanse a space or place the properties of kunzite in a particular area or onto whatever you deem fit. But for now, kunzite. I've worked with this stone since last year, but not like this exact same stone, but like on my necklace at the very top right at the bottom, all the way like up to here, then the 2 here, and then the 2 there. And also there's morganite, rhodochrosite, rondonite, sunstone, and lapidorite, then onyx and clear. And I've worked with kunzite specifically for almost a full year. And I gotta say, it is quite potent. The first time I actually touched a kunzite, it felt like this. Whoa, don't I just feel cheesy all of a sudden? But it's not like a punch to the face, but it's just like a, because I'm very sensitive to energy, and if once like something comes into like my presence, and if I grab a hold of it, or if it just comes into my aura zone, it just, I know. And really, this stone's it's potent in the terms of the effect, but it's a gentle, not like a, how would you best say, say like for an example, if you got hit in the face with a moldavite, not literally, but if you got a hold of moldavite, it's like that, but not as harsh. Because kunzite is believed to be the most potent love stone known to man, and I have to agree with it. It is extremely potent, but gentle. Now, kunzite is, again, believed to be the most potent love stone because it primarily focuses on ensuring that a love that is not being able to, that you can't describe, it's able to give that loving feeling to you and thus be able to give it out to the world, if that makes sense. It's a very extremely easygoing, gentle, and nurturing stone. And also, it's a really potent stone if you want to have a long-term soul and a long-term connection with someone. It doesn't have to be like romantic. It could be like, say for an example, if I had the right piece, and say if I wanted to give to like a really good friend of mine, giving a piece of kunzite to somebody that you want to have a long-term interaction with, or a friendship, or just something long-term that is really meaningful, giving them a piece of kunzite is like really a huge gesture, because it's like saying, I really cherish you, and you mean more to me than any kind of words can ever be said. And if this person is a stone enthusiast, kind of like I am in a way, and they know what Kunzite is and the properties of it, them receiving a Kunzite from you is like, okay, this is serious stuff we're talking here. It's because Kunzite is a stone that is pretty much unconditional love in a stone, and nothing really can match to it. Kunzite works well, in my experience, works really well with Morganite, which is like, I have like the little ones that I showed you like that a few seconds ago. Because Morganite helps give the equal give and take, and well, when you have Kunzite, the divine love, and then Morganite comes in to balance it out, to have it be given and taken, well, that just flows effortlessly. Kunzite can also be put with rhodonite and rhodochrosite, because rhodochrosite helps in the past and helps keep that youthful, playful, flirty side up, and on the inward, and helps get over trauma, and rhodonite helps push it out more. So rhodochrosite with Kunzite helps bring in that divine to that child again and make it come back alive again. Rhodonite helps bring it in, but well, Kunzite helps bring that in, and rhodonite helps push it out a little bit more. And Kunzite can also be very beneficial for somebody who has intense depression, because I used to have it. And Kunzite, when you have it and you're just holding onto it and just relaxing, after a while you just get a sense of, I wouldn't say contentment, but it's just like a very peaceful, just happy blissfulness. I would say pretty much Kunzite works well with pretty much any stone. The only thing is that you gotta be aware that Kunzite, again, is a very potent love stone, and it's like a truck if you haven't been exposed to it or haven't really used it. So be prepared as soon as you get your first piece, and if you, at least for me, when you actually hold it and have it be absorbed into you, that does it to me every time. For me, it gives me like a fluttering effect too. Kind of like I grew butterfly wings or whatnot. That was out of nowhere, but either way. Another way you can use Kunzite is, say for an example, you want to give, if you want to make a grid to actually like send like the purest love intent towards someone. Well, what you do is you can take like a piece of paper, put their name on it, and then put the piece of Kunzite in the middle, and then have clear quartz points pointing outward. But if you really want to ensure that it's going to be pure, have your Kunzite in the middle, and take a little selenite, and then have it be going, I would have to say, in all 8 directions. Have a selenite going that way, and then the clear quartz points going outward. So that way the purest love is being sent out. Or if you want to have it be brought in more, you can just flip the quartz points. Regarding other correspondences, Kunzite obviously is a Venus stone, and it's a heart stone. But at the same time, it's also a crown stone, because in order for you to have a love that you can't describe, well, you're going to need something that's higher than a human can comprehend. When it comes to like deities and astral figures that would take very keen to the stone, well, obviously Venus, Aphrodite is the first one to come off the top of my head. I would have to also say Hera, because with Hera, she is a goddess of marriage and union. So that's something lifelong, which Kunzite does very well. You could also say, well, also Juno, but that's kind of a given. I just trying to remember what his name was. Urshan from Chinese mythology. You can use Kunzite for him too. Or the gay rabbit god. I haven't worked with him, so I'm kind of like, okay, well, Urshan's another one. I've heard of him. And if you're going to be using essential oils to help support Kunzite, obviously the first one that pops in my head is rose. You can also use the ylang. You could maybe use jasmine, but probably rose and ylang are like the top 2 choices I would go with. Then, I'm trying to think of anything else that can possibly help. Regarding like any emotional stuff too, I think I've already said this, but to say it again, Kunzite is a stone that helps soothe and calm. It's kind of like, it has somewhat the idea of selenite, but selenite is just like the pure no BS here. Kunzite's more like, calm down, just relax. Kind of like a mother's caress. It's a calming, soothing, gentle, while selenite's like, out. The Kunzite's a little bit more gentle and a little bit more motherly. And again, this is like a must-own. For the zodiac signs that could best go with it, well, obviously Libra, because Libra is a sign that cares about being fair, just, balanced, practical, and just having connections that are fair, balanced, and everybody's happy. That's the same thing that Kunzite focuses towards. Also Taurus, because Taurus is a Venus sign. In a way, too, you could say it would work well with Cancer, because Cancer is that sign of motherly caring and motherly protection and nurturing. I'm not really sure Aries would be fitting for this, nor would be... I could kind of also say Pisces in a way, because Pisces is that sign that has the deepest spiritualness side to it, so Kunzite is like the deep, intense love that can't be described, so that can possibly be associated with it. But other than that, I have to say, working with Kunzite has helped a lot. It's helped with my depression battles at times. It's helped make me remember that, sometimes it's better just to be at ease and just look around and be like, there's beauty in everything. And that's what Kunzite can do. So this was Kunzite. I'm going to also start doing some stone videos, so that way some of these stones that I'm describing, that if you are trying to find more information about them, well, here's my 2 cents, and see how you interact with them, because not everybody's going to take to a stone the same way. Like, say for an example, if somebody gave me a piece of... I'm trying to think of a stone that I've had that's also been kind of upside the head. Blue sapphire? No, that's one, because of the rings. But blue sapphire, when I put it on, I mean, for example, for me, since I'm heavily Saturn World, it helped me tremendously. But if somebody else got on a blue sapphire and their life went down the drain, that kind of shows how drastic sometimes these things can be. So, that is my Kunzite video, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one.